Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to put in your beats for your project in Ultrabeat. I'm sorry if it's a little bit hard to hear me because it is currently primary lunchtime, so there's a lot of children in the background. So first things first, I've got all of the following. I've got my chords and bass line. I've got my arrangement up at the top. I've got my vocal line melody, you should have more than me, and I've got a basic drum beat. I'm not going to use this now because I'm making my own drum beat, so I'm going to either hit the M for mute or I'm going to right click and delete the track. Your choice. I now need to make a new track. I'm going to press the plus to do that, software instrument, and create. And I'm going to open up this I up at the top left over here. Really important that you do that because we need to open up Ultrabeat. So down in Ultrabeat, I'm going to look for where it says E piano, hover over that. Hover means don't click, just put your mouse there. And I'm going to find where there's the two arrows pointing up and down. Click on that and select Ultrabeat. Yours might be at the bottom, it might be at the top, it's all the same thing. When I open this up, I've got lots of choices about sounds. For today, I'm just going to use this generic factory default. The sounds sound like this. But whichever one you choose is for the style of your song. I'm just using this one because it doesn't make a huge difference for my demonstration. If you are wanting to have different sounds, you can click here where it says either manual or factory default. Go to drum kits and select from all of these lovely choices that you have. In fact, I'm actually going to change to Boutique 909 because I like the sound of that a little bit better. Once I've found that I like that, I'm going to go down to the bottom here where it says full view on the bottom right and click that. It's going to give me this pre-selected drum pattern. I don't want that because this isn't my own work. To get rid of that, you need to click on the bottom right and then drag all over. Yours might do this first, that's okay. Just click and drag over a second time to make it disappear. Now I have a blank track. I'm going to put in my drum beat and I'm going to show you two different ones so you know how to adjust the settings. The first one I'm going to do is the dembow drum beat, which was option 6. I can see at the bottom of it that the length is 16 and the resolution is 1/16 and there's no swing. So I need to go down here to the bottom. I can see where it says length in small. I don't want 32, I want 16. So I double click and change that number to 16. It says my resolution is 1/16, and if I look here, that's selected. So I'm ready to start clicking in my work. On mine, I can see the kick is on 1, 5, 9, and 13. So I'm going to click that in. 1, 5, 9, 13. Then there is a rim shot. I'm going to look for that. On this one, I see a rim, so that's great. That's the one I want, and that's on 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, and 13, 14. So I'm going to click those in. If you make a mistake, it's okay. Just click on it a second time. Then the snare is on 4, 7, 12, and 15. So I'm going to find the snare. I can choose if I want snare 1 or snare 2. I think I like snare 2 actually, so I'm going to use that one. So I'm going to click on 4, 7, 12, and 15. And then finally my closed hi-hat is on the beat with the kick. So I'm going to find that. Here's closed hat and click on that. When I'm ready to check that it's right, I press the plus, not the plus, the play here. This is going to loop infinitely. Once I'm happy with that, I go up to the top and do save as. And I'm just going to name this as Miss Woldmere Dembow Beat. Lovely. Now to get this into my project is quite simple. What I need to do is I'm going to grab where it says pattern down here. There's these little dots and I'm going to drag it into my work. I can then repeat it as many times as I want. I'm going to check now, it just fits with the style I want. Now there's one thing that can go wrong here. If I were to mute this track, so I shouldn't be able to hear this, If I play from the start, you're still going to hear my drums. Or often you do. The reason that this happens is because this power symbol here is turned on. So it's really important that when you're done, you press this power symbol, because then you're only going to hear what you put in. That's really important. But going back into Ultra Beat, I'm now going to show you how to do the trap beat, because I know that's a really popular one and it's a little bit trickier. So I'm going to close all of this up. I'm still going to use that Boutique 909. I'm happy with that. Now your trap beat, if you look on that, it's option 2, has a few different settings. First of all, it says the length is 2 times 24. That means we have to make 2 different little drum patterns. So I'm going to select my length as 24. First things first, my resolution is 1/24. Now I'm going to click everything in. So paying close attention to where everything's going to go. I'm not going to talk through exactly what to click, because you can look on it yourself. Snares on 13. Now you'll notice on this one, I've only done the first half. Let's check it sounds good. Bit of an error there, that's okay. So that's my first one, that's my trap beat one. Go File, Save As, trap beat 1. Great, now I need to drag this in. So I'm going to find those dots and drag it in. I like this in my chorus. And then I need to make a trap beat 2. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to change what needs to be changed. Some of it changes a lot, some of it only changes a little bit. And this is the second half of my trap beat. You could hear dembow, you should hear this. So once that's good, I'm gonna then do Save As and do trap beat 2. And I'm gonna drag it in. So far, really simple. This is the part that's different, which is why I wanted to show you this. First of all, turn off your sequencer here and close out Ultra Beat. I'm going to zoom in a little bit to show you further what I'm doing. I need to glue these 2 tools together. So I'm going to highlight over both of them. To highlight, I just clicked into an empty space and dragged. And I need to glue them together. That means that my second tool here should be the glue tool. I hold down Command, click, and they're now glued together. This means that I can repeat them and they stick together. That's super, super important. Now, often trap music is quite a bit faster, so maybe I want to speed up my tempo to 140. And I'm pretty happy with that. So that's how to do your basic drum beat. Once you've gotten those 2 in, then you're going to decide where it's going to go. So I want my dembow in my intro, my verses. I want my trap beat in my choruses. And I'm going to put those in those different places. And in the next video, I'll show you how to develop your drum beats some more. So come back for that.